trying to control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we could share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane, either way, baby, we could go all night.
Welcome to your video. We are about to get started. This is daily motivation. I wanted to turn it up a little bit. I know I had the rap music the other day. I don't know how well that went over with the crowd, but it's okay to turn up sometime. We are back in action, beloveds, slowly but surely. I have been on Patreon. I've always done personal readings, consultations, classes, tarot classes, or business startup is a big thing. We do coachings, and have group situations. Something is up with that tree. I'm going to take it out. And so on and so forth. My email address will be in the description box. I'm going to get everything together soon. But it's like if I didn't start back, I wouldn't have started. So it's not. I was like, yeah, I got to be perfect. Just do it. Because they've been saying come back for a year. And I haven't. So just getting everything shuffled. Let me focus. What else? That's that on that. For the most part, if you're new, right? If you're like, who you lady? Previously, Pisces TV, I started out on YouTube as Star Meta Tarot, and I think we even went into Star Metatron, tried and changed it so many times. Welcome to Tarot Nerds, the collective. Tarot Nerds started as the online tarot school. We started through Pisces TV, and it became its own thing. So I now offer general and personal services and products to all signs. So we just stuck with the Tarot Nerds, but still shout out to my Pisces, my Aquarius, my everybody's, okay? My Geminis and Leos and all of you, okay? So the sole purpose reading, our daily motivation, is just going to give us some news we could use. It could be a collective message about the world around us. It could be specifically your environment or someone in your environment, and or just some cool shit to listen to right now, right? Because what else you gonna do? Listen to the radio, all right? Now, I won't cheat it into the reading, but I kept seeing summer. This card kept coming out when I did my shuffle. There could be something significant. I like summer. I don't know about you guys, but we'll get into the card interpretation of summer. It could put a timeline for us. And if you've taken any of my courses, you know that some of the cards are associated with summer. And I don't want to be a piss poor teacher and say which one and then be wrong, but I do think it's a cup. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Some of y'all out there should be up on game. But we're going to sit summer there. Don't let me forget. Because I'd be like, I'm going to sit my bonus card there, watch to the end of the video, and I slap forget. I ain't going to even hold you. So let's get it shuffled up. I'm setting the intentions for the news we can all use. What's going on? I'm going to do 3 cards, and then we'll move from there. We'll see how the reading goes. These are a little bit... they're a little bit that. We have the reddening coming out with a bunch of stuff. Not the best cards as far as like happy-go-lucky, abundant, pleasant. I see Pluto. I see some wolves, and I see the virgin's milk. The virgin's milk is usually something that's going to help us out. Not going to lie to you. So, this is going to be good stuff, because starting out with the strong stuff is going to take us into the better. Okay, we have 15. Also, we're 15. Tomorrow's the 15th, I think. Where it falls for you. And I won't associate it with the devil card or Capricorn, but you can. Why not? Let's see what we got. We're going to do 3 cards. This is the area usually for the present and or potential and challenges, because the situation is normally what we start off with, or the past. All right, I'm going to pull from the top because it's been kind of iffy and they just be falling all over the place. So you want to go with Jupiter. Okay. That didn't feel good. We got the fog. So when I think of Jupiter and fog, I don't think Aquarius. I'm sorry, I don't think Sagittarius. I think definitely Pisces, Neptune. What fell out with it? We have mortification. We have the red and the white rose. And I love the red and the white rose. For me, has always been my two things can be true card. It's like the red inky seriousness of this snake. I think I should keep this card. Doesn't contaminate the purity of the red rose. So it's kind of like I'm gonna dye my hair red and put on a white suit, and this is some badass dye because it's not gonna mess with that suit. So it's like two extremes not contaminating each other, and I like that. The glasses came out. This is sometimes my road colored glass card. Sometimes you need that. If you're a cynical person, you need this. But sometimes you can put yourself in danger if this is the real environment, but you see this, you know, not sure. I like this. I want to keep this if I can. Don't beat me up and say why. It's my intuition. I'm just not a card reader. I'm an intuitive person that could sit here and tell you what Spirit said, but I think it's more fun to be flipping out cards and shit. That way y'all don't think it's just my perspective. Another one of my favorite cards is at the bottom, the Raven's Head. Love that. Look at this. I like things that go together. I don't like to pass them up. I don't like to overlook them. Our last card, Future and or Outcome. I see Spring. I see some better cards. Like I said, it all, you know, when you start out strong, usually with my readings, I can't. Okay. There's a separation of some sort. Not bad. Because we already distinguished this. I'm going to do it one more time. Maybe I shouldn't have put on lotion. And if you're watching for the first time, it's like, no, it's not my norm. No excuses. There we go. But I like for Spirit to do something. Like flip them out. Do some magic. I don't want to just be sitting here picking cards. People do that though. And they have accuracy in their interpretation. So I'm not saying nothing smart. But when they just sit and go shuffle, 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 flip, flip, flip. I'm like, okay. I like for the wind to blow. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get started. The first card is the reddening, and like I said, 15. And I like that the sun card came out because it's one of my favorite cards. Like, how can you go wrong with the sun card? It's happiness, it's awareness, it's the revelation. It's there's no wrong, okay? And maybe some of you need to understand that, regardless of what the mixture is, what's not mixing, what the separation could be. The rose-colored glasses, the fog, through it all, honey. I don't think you can go wrong, which is like, how is that? Well, we're about to see. With the reddening, the life force, the kundalini, and the blood. I love that. The reddening indicates a full expression of the work. Everything is alive. The heart pumps, the cells celebrate, and blood sings its way through the body. What was dormant has been awakened. What was once considered base is now noble. Aches and pains are integrated. Shadows are acknowledged. See what I'm saying? And interwoven. Because if you're anything like me, I feel like I love my shadow side. It is my personality, if you ask me. It's my favorite almost. I don't know if that makes me dark because I am the light and I walk with Spirit. The Holy Spirit, actually. But, you know, not to toot my horn. But I feel that it protects me. It's my smart mouth. It's my dark humor. It's my attitude. You know, it's even like my ego. It's like the things that in this plane could identify, like I said, my personality. And I love my personality. So there's that. It's the thing that people could complain about the most. That I do or may not do. And so it's like, I fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? If nobody else does, I do. Okay? You don't have to be the same, but I just thought it was pretty cool that it says shadows are acknowledged and interwoven. Because some people feel that when you're doing shadow work, it's to get rid of something or do better. And it doesn't always have to be that way. Some of y'all walking on eggshells, tiptoeing, trying to be love and light. And your shadow work could be to stop running from whatever you're scared of about yourself, or the world or the situation. So, but don't let me be the devil's advocate. Okay, holding this 15. Anyhow, when the reddening card appears, it signifies health, power, a climaxing of the work. Love that. A coalescing of what has been learned. Love that. The laboratory is no longer separate from the alchemist or from the work, but the three are now one. I love that. Maybe that's why you got the three items here, because I can't say pearls. The one is a pearl, one is gold, and the other is something else. And it's actually like a smaller bead up here. Maybe that's the blood. So that's kind of cool. Maybe, oh, look. Here it was separate. Here it is not. How about that? See, I knew there's going to be some significance. Anywho's, it says, what occurs in the body is reflected in the world and vice versa. So be careful, guys. What is in you is going to appear outside of you. And for a lot of you, that's a good thing, because you have Jupiter and the Sun card here. So there could be some manifestations, some relationships, some material things, but most importantly, your work as in your journey on this planet, as an alchemist, as a starseed, an empath, whatever you are. Or if you say, I don't know what I am, and what is all that? Just you, babe, whatever that is. So through the process of reddening, we move out of the head and into the physical body. More specifically, we reach the heart, and I love that. It is there the alchemist finds the sacred ingredients of power and kindness. So, if you have followed any of my channels, you know that I am a Christ-conscious fanatic, even though I'm not a Christian. I have to say that disclaimer. I don't know why. Because some people aren't religious, and I want y'all to know that I heavily fuck with y'all. Some people are, and I want y'all to know that I do respect you guys. So, as a theology major, okay, I just have a mutual respect for most of the, I wanted to say folklorists, but then somebody would get pissed off, whatever y'all call them. So that's pretty dope. That's what we start with. It says, take note of how many cards in your reading contain the color. See? And that's why I had the crow, my baby, one of my favorites. So she's gone now. Okay, fine. That just signifies you not thinking you're ready, but Spirit says you are. Or the situation is saying you are. Or a person will say you are. Or whatever the case may be. The raven had the pearl. And the pearl is like, I don't know. And the raven said, baby, I do this. You may not do this, but I do this. And if I choose you, you it, regardless of how you feel, think about it, and it's about to go down. Another red was the red and white rose, which is super dope because it talked about how one doesn't offset the other. And this talks about how it's all intertwined. So we definitely going to get to that. I don't know what that's about now. I'm interested. The next card we have is Jupiter. Who is not sitting in their seat excited right now about Jupiter? Are you crazy? Okay. I know you're not. This particular Shindakel talks about expansion, possibility, and fortune. Now keep in mind, this is the potential challenge or present. This was past situation or you or your person, cross-watching, whatever. So with Jupiter, and check your natal charts or what the planets are doing right now. I don't know. It could be significant into any of this. I'm analytical like that. You start out with 15, then we're talking about the summer. All of these things are in the near future to some caliber. Or it could have been 2015. I don't know, 1915. I don't know how old you are. Whatever the case. Excuse me. All right, so Jupiter is often a welcome sight emerging from the darkness, shimmering with possibilities. It is the planet of growth, expansion, success, and elevation. When this card appears, the future is full and bright, perhaps even dazzling. Everyone wants to be around Jupiter and energy and to claim a little for themselves. So there's a likely magnetic feeling at play. Love that. The work is to keep Jupiter's bigness in balance during this wave of expansion that's going to take place, or that is taking place. Its shadow is most easily seen in celebrity culture, excessive consumption, and messages of not enough. You may begin comparing yourself with others or assessing your value. Don't double judge yourself for this. Jupiter happens. Instead, realign with the benevolent message in your heart. What truly needs expanding? Ask yourself that. It's likely not your followers or your bank account. All right? So Jupiter is said to reside in the pointer finger. Use mudras. Okay, I used to do the mudra readings. Woo, that was like 2020. And visualizations to balance the expansive energy and good fortune. So in the present, the potential or challenge is expansion. Some of us may have challenges in that area. Others of us, you may be into or coming into some abundance and sources. The shadow energy was here, the shadow was here, and it's like, watch it. And I did see smoke in my shuffle. So watch it, because we also saw the rose-colored glasses. And I said it could go either way. Some of us need to see the bright side. Others of us, be realistic about that darkness. Okay? Now, the sun shed light, all right? It's a beautiful, like, Seven of Wands energy to me. I think that's the Seven of Wands, where it talks about the eclipse. And I don't know if it's the sun or the moon. I think it's the moon. But it could be the sun. I don't know, because both of them involved. But it, depending on the positioning of something, light on it shows its shadow, if that makes sense. And I love that the Moonchild Tarot cards had a perfect picture of that, I believe, in the Seven of Wands. It's crazy. So y'all Google it. I don't feel like pulling it up right now, and they're not in front of me. Just throwing it out there. I don't know why. The number for the sun is 1. And what I like about this deck is that's the Magician's number. So the Magician is also connected to the number 6, as well as the number 15, which breaks down to a 6. I learned that in a cute little numerology book. So Capricorn may be here. Mercury may be here. Some things that you could look into or look out for. But this is identity and expression. Some of us may be going through some collaborative things within us, pulling it all together, expanding of some sort, dealing with that shadowy energy or not dealing with it. I don't know. But I love this expression, identity, and vitality. So having the energy to do so, the self-expression to carry on your creativity, whatever the case may be. It says, when the sun card appears in a reading, think of it as a tone setter for the rest of the cards. Lighten the scene, bringing energy and clarity to the entire reading. Ain't that something? Okay. So if nothing else, we are either midway through it or at the end of it, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. That's dope. And I didn't even expect that for a motivational, good morning reading or whatever, afternoon, whenever I post it. It says, each morning the sun graces the night sky, summoning the dawn. Such is the energy of the sun card. With its arrival is an activation and a presence of vitality, of a new beginning. It is said the sun is linked to the hero archetype and the yang dynamic in Chinese alchemy. Now, I'm also set a disclaimer. I'm setting it late, but I giggle and laugh inappropriately. I know that sometimes we can do it in awkwardness. Some people even say, like, you can trigger laugh. But, of course, if you just heard what I said, there's kind of, like, nothing to be triggered by. I have dark humor, light humor, goofy humor, all the humors. And sometimes in my mind, like now, I'll think things that make me laugh. So some people have said in the past that they like my giggles. Others kind of question, why did she do it right there? I'm telling you now, I don't know. So don't look too deep into it. The card also states, through the sun's radiance, I think I'm goofy. That's what it is. I'm a giggle box. There you go. Through the sun's radiance, we are inclined to see ourselves fully and establish a sense of who we are. We gain confidence and clearer vision. In its light, we are assured that we too have an important role in the world. Associated with the masculine dynamics, the sun card certainly carries a risk if not kept in check. Okay? Remember, the sun never actually sets. It's the earth that pivots away. Assess whether it's time for you to awaken more fully or turn away and rest. Sunburn humbles us all. Okay? Now, unless you Isis or a goddess and got a mission, because Isis got sunburned and they said the sun god restored her beauty because didn't nobody else have what it took to get there. So she had to have been a very stubborn female in a dominant energy, which unfortunately in this day and age they call masculine, but it just means a very dominating, outwardly projecting power. And there's that. Okay, I love that. Now, what does that mean? Well, I want to see. I think that it's safe if I continue to use my Wild Unknown cards to do clarifiers. Ooh, no, because it did seem a little odd. I think that's why I said that, to make myself feel better. So I'm going to use Oracle cards from the Wild Unknown for the archetype cards. Okay, from the Wild Unknown, because I am a Wild Unknown fanatic and I'm not going to change. All right, at the bottom, because I just like looking, we have Thanatos at the bottom. Ooh, the Storm at the top. So it was some stuff the last time I had this deck out. Or maybe even for you. It's like shedding karmic energy, a transformation of some sort, unexpected. Maybe some dark instability, child. I don't know, some unanswered questions. It could just go all kind of ways. But we're going to clarify the reddening first. I love the Starborn. So that's for you, Starseed. We have Alethea, which gives me justice energy. Ooh, we have the Father. So that's very interesting. Now, you just heard me say the Starborn is like the child energy. The Father is more dominant energy, but in this card, it does talk about an absence of some sort, where vetting ourselves and staying in check is necessary for the situation. Because while one aspect of the Father is supposed to be like masculine or the king, this card specifically talks about that absent energy. Like even the sun itself is absent. And those of you that subscribe to God, you know, the Father, the masculine energy, also absent. Ain't nobody seen them, right? So I think it's an inherited nature. I don't know. Hey, don't shoot the messenger. I just feel like it's such a coincidence that sometimes in toxic masculinity, absence is something that people, you know, have grievances about, and healing childhood traumas, relationships, marriages, yada yada yada. And I was just like, what a coinky dink that the most grand of all father figures is seen differently. I won't say absent, because there may be a presence, but it's unseen. So I don't know. I just didn't want to step on those toes. So the number is 2, which always gave me high priestessy vibes. And then you just had the, Othello card that gave me like justice energy. So it could be like 11, but I'm sure this is like Roman numeral 2. If the high priestess and the devil got together, tell me what that means, right? Anywho, the great father, the masculine. So this is about possibly a masculine counterpart or a very strong part of you, or however you want to take this. How about that? It says, alongside the mother, the father resides in the central axis of the archetypal family. The father embodies both light and dark aspects of masculine. Thus, he is infinitely dynamic and complex. His energy is strong and regal, embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom, and loyalty. Yet, ironically and simultaneously, the father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Through absence or action, the father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god. See what I'm saying? See, that's why I didn't stumble with it, but I know this card. So I didn't want to put king on them because this card specifically is the type of energy where it's like, yeah, nah, I don't want that, right? This card represents both the guardian and one who leaves us to the wolves. And I did see the wolf. Yikes. I don't know if I seen the guardian card unless the high priestess is guardian-ish, but she ain't gonna coddle you. And if she's present, or if it's present in your life, you only know it when it feels like you should. And it could be there your whole life and you would know it. So it ain't like somebody that's gonna hold you at night all the time. Anyway, I told y'all I'm horrible. Y'all get used to it. It says, here yet gone, the champion and the failure, the father can never resolve or escape this duality. This card was about duality and working with it. That's a good thing. If someone is expanding and aware and considering the future to integrate all that they are, or coming into awareness and acceptance of all that one is, either way, I don't think you could lose. It says supportive, strategic, regal, kind, and authoritative. However, disappointing, disappearing. And then there's a little hint of Saturn in this paragraph. So check that. Okay, some of y'all got Saturn. Can you have Saturn in Scorpio? Saturn in Capricorn or something like that? We have the nectar, two different energies. The nectar is, I can tell you right now, connected to a more nurturing energy. It ain't absent. It's trying, because you got the sun here, which is the masculine energy we're talking about, but you got that pink, which is supposed to be feminine. Then you got that black and that white that we're talking about, right? I said that really country. I like when I do that. Then you got the beads, you know. Then you got the bear, so it's like the minimalist versus the elite, you know what I mean? Maybe a change. Some of y'all are coming into abundance. It might change for you like that. What is very clear, you know what I'm saying, may not be so clear. You know, just depends on how you flip the coin, right? That's very interesting. With Jupiter, what do we have for Jupiter? I would choose the big cards and okay. See, there ain't no limit. Judgment 20 has been coming up a lot. The Vow, Hierophant energy, coming up a lot. The Siren, Temptation, possibly coming up a lot. In the other readings, not to infiltrate you guys' readings, I have the Village. I just like to look at the surrounding cards, and I have the Venom. So this ain't new. Jupiter and the ocean is a lot of feelings, abundant. That's what we keep it in check. I also love that the ocean has no cup. It is the water. It takes its own form. So if we're talking about abundance, that's a shitload of abundance. Because who's going to stop it? Like, where does it stop at? The ocean, you know what I mean? It's pretty big. Because a double card came out for the king. Ooh, the shapeshifter. Is that 15 also? So it's all connected to the person, or the present. I'm sorry, the person, the past, or the situation. Because look, that's 15 and 15. And this talked about merging, all of it. Rawr. This is a lot of shit going on. This is 2 or 3 motherfuckers, you know. So it's a lot. But all of us have different capacities within ourselves. I feel that this represents the ability to change. Someone may change how they feel. You may change how you feel, how you look. That's cute. I'm not against that. Then we have the riddle. So this change could be confusing. But I also love the trifecta. The trifecta is a trine. But the riddle don't make sense. Somebody probably sitting there saying, I don't make sense. I don't give a fuck. I do this, right? So someone's changing, or change is in the present, near future situation, the potential or the challenge. And we'll do a couple of inserts from the book. I'm like super used to these cards, so I just blab on and I ain't gotta even open it. But a lot of you guys like the interpretation. So the ocean is the unconscious, incomprehensible. That's just like the riddle. I can't figure you out. I can't figure it out. It's deep, possibly. It says the power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown. Okay, maybe somebody ain't used to having feelings. This is new for me, and it's a lot. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate the nature. Okay, see what I'm saying? Watch that for whatever reason. Yet, amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, and invigorates our life on land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. See what I mean? When the energy of the ocean is present, there is change stirring that is beyond any change you've known before. The ego must dissolve. Love that. Because any alchemist or anybody who read books or watch YouTube, it's everywhere. The death of the ego is like necessary for whatever reason sometimes. Now, I just said I was a huge fan of my shadow side, and I did say the ego was in there. So death could be transformative. Doesn't mean rip it out and fuck it, you know. I wouldn't say that. The shapeshifter is the trickster, elusive and formless. Because the ocean is formless, I'm going to double down on formless. All right. Y'all don't have to leave here thinking it's a trickster in the environment right now, but it could be. The shapeshifter has love of theater, games, and trickery. Its energy appears as one thing, only to reveal a more complex story below the surface. The shapeshifter is within all of us to some degree. It is the side of ourselves that is slippery, non-committal, and experimental, and longs to dismiss the rules. We need its energy to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of our existence. When the shapeshifter card appears, it's important to imagine you're looking at life through a kaleidoscope rather than a single focused lens. Now, we had that rose-colored card. Remember, at the beginning, that was a single lens. Don't want to do that, but I touched on it. This is what we need to pay attention to. The shapeshifter requires a central pillar of integrity that links us back to our center. So the only safe shapeshifters have a higher power, and I said it all the time. I don't get lost in the sauce. I have a central pillar within spirituality, which is my higher self source of, a few drops of Christ consciousness here and there, because I respect the principles and the ascended masters and archangels. But that the central pillar is, no matter what happens, who I think I am and what I am, which dictates how I'm going to respond, how I'm going to see it, how I'm going to walk away from it, what I'm going to do next. That central pillar is me and a higher power. Because people change, life change, we change. But that thing shouldn't. It could, but it's less likely for an actual cord that you have to a greater cause, a greater being, or a higher aspect of yourself. It don't change. You might. It is amazing. So, not saying that you ain't amazing. So that's what I got for shapeshifter. That's beautiful. Even though it was half-ass shade, I find the light at the end of all tunnels. With this sign card, I'm thinking more so of the awareness, more of the abundance for some of you. Abundance. See, this is true. If you old school from my other channels, every time I say something and like the sun card or the ace of swords comes up, that's my yes. You right on point. So I'm hitting on shit. Don't hate me, hate the game. And then we have the healer. Now, which one did you not want? the healer may be replaced. It just came out with the sword and I set it down. Okay, that makes sense. Now the siren, the tricky energy, that the bullshit should be at the bottom of the deck. You know about it. We trying to overcome that. Because I see the siren at the bottom again. And I see the heart right here is what we're talking about. Giving me Six of Swords vibe. Archangel Raphael vibes. So here's the ocean. The boat. The companion. We got to get to some calmer waters. Because there's something inside of you or me that could scare me, right? But there's also something magnificent. The Starborn came right back out. The Storm came out and Agape. I used to say Agape and they be like, whichever way, I don't care. I like both. My favorite thing about this is it gives me 6 of Wands and 10 Cups, which is dope, however you want to look at it. Because their 10 Cups has these strings connected like this here. The 6 Wands always talks about recognition, rewards, appreciation, being chosen. And then the flames are highlighted. All different flames. Your soul flame, your twin flame, the stars, the energy, the match, however you want to see it. As above, so below, because they're just mirrors of the 3 Wands, actually. Moving forward in unison, because we talked about that yesterday. 3 of Wands, which is forward movement, which is what this reading is about, because all the fuck shit is at the bottom of the deck or falling on the floor. So, there's that. I love the Thunderbolt is connected to a higher power. The Starborn is connected to a higher power. And the animal. I want to see what the animal has to offer, only because the Sun card is on the table and this is the Roman numeral 19. So it's like, I just think that's fair. Because they keep looking at me. And so I'm just like, what are you looking at? Do you got something to say? And it might. So let's see, here we have 19. The animal is the beast, the wild one, the she-wolf. Remember, we got a wolf tamer and we got a she-wolf. What's up? What's going on? It's talking about being alive, elemental and vital, or pin up emotions and lashing out. Be mindful of that. You got to check that shit. How we communicate. Because see that thunderbolt and that storm with that sword, cutting something off, cutting something out, or communication, or being guarded, protecting oneself. Okay? Heal some shit. And then don't be acting like that. We got 25. I think if that's significant for any of you. Let's see what we got here. And the healer. Everybody said, well, we know what that is. Do you? Do you really? Okay. Well, according to this handout, the light worker, the gifted one, the old soul. See, it's like most of this stuff, you already know what we're talking about. It says self-contained, grateful, and awake. Awake. There we go. Or tired, needy, forgetting its own practice. We ain't doing that, I'm already sure. It says, remember, return, and reclaim. Don't forget. All right? It also talks about the healer's mission. Becomes moving through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. So, oops. I didn't know I act like that. We be thinking stuff healed until we put it in situations, and then it's like, oh shit, I ain't act like that since the last time I act like that. No excuses. Stop forgetting. The healer's approach, or the healer approaches this in multiple ways from multiple angles, knowing the cycle of healing is not linear. It is multi-layered. Like you got the kaleidoscope, you got the multi-layers, and it's circuitous. I always mess that word up and I always will get over it. It leads us back to its origin, much like the Ouroboros. And I saw that at the beginning of the reading. Not going to hold you. So, it's going to lead you back to the origin. Now, for some of you, the origin could be but we healing because this nectar sitting over here with this 15 and this non-committal father. That's not funny. I told you I'm fucked up, so chill. But with this nectar, it gives this beautiful energy that helps understand why Jupiter is here with the ocean and the shapeshifter. Contain that emotion, because I'm thinking about the cup and how like the page is trying to keep the shit in the cup, and it's like, I don't go in no cup. And or how the 10 of cups is like an overwhelming amount of water, because we did see the agape over there with the angel, I mean the animal or whatever. So be mindful of that. But I feel like you are, and you do, because this says you got this, they got this, or we got this. The sword is only given to the most brave, buddy. The brave healer, starseed, you, shit. And if the source trusts you with it, trust yourself with it, right? See? It's like, I'm going to give you, hold on, this right there. But then some of us don't even want it. It's like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, right? So we got to work that out. And that's what I have. I do hope that it helps.